What's up YouTube, this is Mathos97 and welcome to episode number 83 of my WWE 2K15 Universe Mode. And here we have the conclusion of the Money in the Bank qualifying matchups, as we will have SmackDown's 3 matchups taking place here tonight. As we see earlier on in the card, the simulations, we had Jack Swagger picking up the victory over Goldust, as well as that we have some, of course, our Money in the Bank qualifying matches, one being Chris Jericho taking on Corey Graves. We'll get to that in a moment. But we also have Bo Dallas taking on Cody Rhodes later on. We had Big E pick up a singles victory over the Great Khali. And we also had a 6-man tag team matchup, as it was the Ascension and Titus O'Neil, our champions, defeating the Usos and Darren Young. So almost a bit of a sort of rematch there between those guys from Payback. And then in the main event here, we have Roman Reigns taking on Sheamus in the final Monday Night qualifying matchup. So now we move on to the opening contest, which features the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla here in his home country. We're in Montreal, Canada. And boy, man, have these Montreal fans seen some crazy stuff, let me tell you. And while here tonight, we could be about to blow the roof off this place. It's not exactly Chris Jericho's hometown, but I'm sure he will receive a warm welcome here tonight in Montreal. And of course, his opponent tonight, Corey Graves, definitely went to war at our previous pay-per-view Payback against Sami Zayn, who also hails from Canada. So I don't think Corey Graves is going to be seeing too much love from our Canadian crowd here tonight. I mean, he's already a marked man by attacking Sami Zayn, but then, well, he's got another strike against him, taking on Jericho here tonight. And Jericho, man, it'd be a good opportunity for Chris Jericho to get himself back on the winning track, get himself back in good form in Universe Mode. Because let's face it, since Survivor Series, that was basically the peak of Jericho's career. He was in the World Heavyweight Championship title matchup, which he lost. He was not pinned. He did lose that matchup. And, well, since then, he just hasn't quite been able to get up to the top. He did have a very strong showing in the Elimination Chamber, but he was in the end defeated by Christian. And since then, well, Jericho, he's kind of struggled to get his spot back, especially since the WWE draft, bringing over all these new, younger talent. Chris Jericho, he just hasn't been able to hang with some of our new top stars on SmackDown. You know, we've seen the rise of the likes of Roman Reigns and John Cena, to name a few. They're one of our new SmackDown gems being Corey Graves. He's certainly taken part of the spotlight away from the more veteran superstars being Chris Jericho. And then, of course, we had the bit of the resurgence of Sheamus and Wade Barrett, sort of building their careers back up, trying to get themselves back in the main event picture. Although now that they've both, you know, CM Punk retaining the title at Payback, it seems as though Barrett and Sheamus are definitely going to be knocked out of the title picture for some time. Both have now received 2 title shots. But, you know, it's Sheamus, he could very well have an opportunity, just almost lying in wait for him, if he could defeat Reigns here tonight and go on to the Money in the Bank. And if he wins that, well, he's got a contract and he can challenge the WWE or World Heavyweight Champion at any given time, any place. And that certainly would come to benefit for some of our younger talent who are going to be competing in that matchup. Look at this, suplex into the cover by Graves, but a kick out by Jericho. You know, this Money in the Bank, we have the potential to see a lot of new, younger talent. Superstars who haven't won a world championship. We see that over on Monday Night Raw with the likes of Cesaro, Curtis Axel, and Daniel Bryan qualifying. And we could perhaps see that here tonight. I mean, we've got a matchup later on between Cody Rhodes and Bo Dallas. Neither of them have been World Heavyweight Champion. Sheamus, he is a former world champion, and Chris Jericho, well, he's never won a world title, although he has been in the main event picture. And then, of course, we have Corey Graves here, who hasn't had, you know, he just hasn't been able to get himself up to that standard. I mean, he did just debut prior to the Over the Limit pay-per-view, And, I mean, Corey Graves, really, he has just... It's amazing. From the time that Graves debuted, he really has made a huge impact in this industry. I mean, in the past, we've seen superstars, they'll make their debut, and it takes them a bit of time to get up to where they want to be, to get them up into a potential title matchup. But Corey Graves, he's done a really good job. I mean, he has the potential to compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And that basically guarantees him a title matchup at some point. That would be a good statement to make for Graves early in his career. But Chris Jericho, he wants to try to shut Graves down, shut down his momentum, and he's looking to try to get his career back on track. Perhaps get a career resurgence of his own. And I do apologize for having to clear my throat every so often. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but nonetheless, we continue here as Jericho delivers a suplex. Oh, and look at this arrogance shown by Jericho, just stepping on Graves for the pinfall attempt there, although Graves is, those long legs of Corey Graves, able to reach under the bottom rope and force the break. But Chris Jericho, he continues to go on the attack. Graves trying to duck out of harm's way. And now a drop kick to the knee. We do know that Corey Graves loves to target that leg, try to wear down the legs of his opponents and set them up for that lucky 13 submission hold, among others. I mean, Graves, we've seen several submission holds in his arsenal, and then of course that devastating backbreaker right there. Graves could get the victory right here, right now, but a kick out by Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho manages to stay alive. Corey Graves, though, not giving Jericho a chance to breathe. Suplex right there, taking Jericho down. But Jericho, he's getting back to his feet here. Graves looking for a DDT. Counter, Jericho down. As the man of 1004 holds, sweeps Corey Graves off his feet there. Oh, and now look at this. He's got him. Perhaps could set him up here for the walls of Jericho. And he's got it locked in. Corey Graves, he's caught here. If he could just maybe crawl to those ropes. Jericho, maybe if he had Graves center the ring. And yes, Corey Graves, he was a little too close to those ropes, able to force the break and get himself out of that predicament. And now these two men trading punches back and forth. Counter here from Graves, delivers the knee to the gut. And now look at this. Corey Graves, oh, rolls through. Oh, and he's got the ankle. He's got the ankle of Chris Jericho here. Look at this submission hold applied by Corey Graves. Now, it's not the lucky 13, but this is devastating here. He could break Jericho's ankle. Jericho, no choice but to tap out. As yet again, Corey Graves picks up a victory by way of submission. And I mean, Graves, you know, I alluded to it a bit earlier that Graves, he has used multiple submission holds. He's got, you know, he's a submission specialist. He does have several in his arsenal just to target the legs alone. Who knows what else Corey Graves could possess. But definitely, he's an expert when it comes to wearing down the leg of his opponents. And that's just what he did here tonight. And in the end, with that roll through into the ankle lock, I mean, really, Jericho, he had no choice. He was caught. He would have had to turn his entire body around to get to the ropes, or he would have had to crawl the entire ring. I mean, he really didn't have. There was nowhere Jericho could go, and well, Corey Graves was gonna break his ankle. I mean, Graves, we saw what he did to Adrian Neville. He will not hesitate to injure people and put them on the shelf. And Jericho, well, I don't think at this stage in Jericho's career, I don't think he can afford a long-term stay on the shelf. But nonetheless, Corey Graves, he gets his win tonight, which means he qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match. The opportunity of a lifetime. Corey Graves could perhaps be the fastest rising superstar to the World Heavyweight Championship, or the WWE Championship for that matter. And now we move on to the second matchup, as we can see the inspirational Bo Dallas making his way down to ringside. And this one's a bit personal, because Bo Dallas, well, leading up to Payback, evidently what would conclude between a steel cage match featuring Goldust and Cody Rhodes. Earlier, prior to that, a couple weeks ago, is Bo Dallas attacking Cody Rhodes from behind before a scheduled matchup between Rhodes and Goldust. And, well, then we saw Bo Dallas go one-on-one with Cody Rhodes, in which he scored the victory via roll-up. And while Cody Rhodes, he's looking to get his win back here tonight. He's looking to put Bo Dallas in his place. And honestly, Bo Dallas, he was interfering in a situation that didn't him. I mean,
that was a family feud right there between Goldust and Rhodes. It was a battle between brothers. Bo Dallas had no right to stick his nose where it didn't belong. And now tonight he could perhaps pay the price. As Cody Rhodes, he's coming off of his victory at Payback in the steel cage matchup with Goldust. Although he could still be dealing with some fatigue from that matchup, a little bit of damage, as he's only had about 5 days. And a match like a steel cage, it's unforgiving, can take its toll on the body. And Bo Dallas, that could perhaps give him a bit of an advantage here tonight. Although I would say that in terms of fatigue, in terms of damage, having 5 days to recover as opposed to competing on Raw where you only have a single day to recover definitely does perhaps boost Cody Rhodes' chances, because we did see how the pay-per-view fallout could affect a matchup, perhaps even turn the tides in the Rusev-Curtis Axel matchup, because, you know, we saw Rusev, he had that grueling match with Ryback, and perhaps he just wasn't at 100% on Monday Night Raw, and Curtis Axel, well, he certainly took that opportunity, and, well, now he's in the Money in the Bank. They're set to take place 4 weeks from now at the pay-per-view. But Cody Rhodes, you know, he just had, you know, even when you're competing on Raw, it's not even necessarily a full 24 hours. It could be even less than a day, depending on when you're competing on the show. With SmackDown, you have at least a good 4 or 5 days to recover from any potential injuries, any potential damage you've suffered. You just have a little bit more time to recuperate. So that could, you know, I would say at this point, fatigue is a little less concerning for our superstars due to having those extra days off. Although, like I said, Cody Rhodes competing in a steel cage matchup, he's going to be dealing with a little more than just some in-ring damage. Oh, what an uppercut right there to Bo Dallas. But now Dallas with a counter takes Rhodes down with a leg sweep, if I can even speak correctly. Now look at this. Bo Dallas, snap suplex, taking down Cody Rhodes. As Bo Dallas, he's certainly done a good job here at halting Cody Rhodes' momentum. He's keeping this back and forth. As nice neck breaker, taking Rhodes down right there. And now drives the elbow right into the heart of Cody Rhodes. And now look at this. He's got him hooked here for the head scissor and then the elbow to the top of the skull of Rhodes. But Rhodes back to his feet now. Counter as he delivers a knee right to the gut of Bo Dallas. And look at this. He's got him hooked for a running bulldog right there. But he takes Bo Dallas down, plants him face first into the mat. And now look at this. Well, just rubbing the face of Bo Dallas, and he sets him up for that knee drop right there. Vintage Cody Rhodes, if I do say so myself. Oh, but a counter from Dallas delivers a strike to the back, right in between the shoulders of Rhodes, and takes him down with the back suplex. Nearly dropped him on his head right there. As Dallas now, look at this, another elbow drop from Bo Dallas, and Rhodes back to his feet, but Dallas was waiting for him, throws him into the corner. What could he be looking to set up here? Oh, just some vicious strikes from Dallas. Now it's Rhodes with a counter. He got some punches of his own here. Oh, but a counter by Dallas now with a boot to the face. And again, Rhodes back into the corner. As Dallas now just driving those elbows. Oh, a counter now from Rhodes with the elbow to the face. And now Cody Rhodes spins Dallas around. Rhodes could be looking for something big here. And now he's up on the second rope. Look out, Dallas running, or not even a diving bulldog from behind. And now goes for the cover. 2 count. Oh, but Dallas kicks out just at 2.5. But Cody Rhodes now, I mean, he's got Dallas reeling. This is his opportunity to strike, and he's going to do just that, as he's got him up for the Alabama Slam. Drops him right on the back of his head. Into the cover. 2 count. And again, Dallas kicks out at 2. Oh, man. This is definitely getting intense, folks. As Cody Rhodes now just unleashing strikes here on Dallas, but Dallas now counters. And now look at this. He's got Rhodes. Oh, what a clothesline there from Dallas. Vicious offense right there. As now Rhodes back to his feet. Look at this, the Bo Dazzler, as he takes Cody Rhodes down. And that could put Rhodes away. But Dallas, he's got to get him away from the ropes. Avoid the rope break. Could cost him some valuable time. 2 count. And no, Cody Rhodes kicks out at 2. And like I said, that costed Dallas some valuable time. Oh, but look at this. Rhodes counters. And now he rolls him up. 1, 2. No, Dallas with a counter. Dallas rolls him over now. Look at this. Into the cover here. Oh, but look at this. Look at the strength of Rhodes, able to counter out of it. And now turns it into a backslide. Dallas is stacked on his shoulders. And Cody Rhodes picks up the victory. Which means Cody Rhodes joins Corey Graves in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. And, well, Bo Dallas, he rolled up Cody Rhodes a couple of weeks ago. So I guess it's very poetic that Cody Rhodes would score the victory over Dallas here tonight and roll him up with that backslide. And it almost seemed like he caught Dallas off there.
That, you know, not even a 2 count. Cody Rhodes kicking out a 1 and reversing that pinfall attempt. Almost caught Dallas off guard, it seemed. And as you can see right here, Dallas thought he had him. I mean, he thought he was smug getting the roll up there. But as you can see right there, just the shock on Dallas's face as Rhodes, he kicked out of it. And, well, I mean, the rest is history. Bo Dallas, taste of his own medicine here tonight. He gets some comeuppance here as Cody Rhodes, he's going on to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view to join the likes of Corey Graves, Curtis Axel, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan in the Money in the Bank ladder match. But the question is, who will be the 6th and final man in that matchup? Will it be this man, the powerhouse of SmackDown, Roman Reigns, or will it be the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus? And we're about to find out, folks. And this matchup has been, well, I mean, these two men, they have history dating back to, it all started back in that Battle Royal following the WWE draft to determine the #1 contender. It was Reigns who eliminated Sheamus, and then it was Barrett who in the end eliminated Reigns. But since then, I mean, Barrett, he's had his shot at the title. Sheamus had his shot as well at Over the Limit. And then, of course, the Fatal 4-Way that took place at Payback. Roman Reigns, in fact, taking himself out of the matchup to eliminate Sheamus as well, diving over the top rope to the outside, just risking his body, perhaps, you know, just using himself as a weapon, perhaps even could have injured himself in the process. In the end, he cost himself the WWE title, but at least he prevented this man from winning the gold. And Sheamus, that's got to frustrate him to an unbelievable degree. I mean, Sheamus, he worked so hard to become #1 contender in the first place, and then to fall short, as you see the men staring each other down. You can feel the intensity in the air for this one, as now they trade shots back and forth. Reigns now on the offensive, delivering these strikes to the face, but now it's Sheamus with a counter, and he's delivering some punches of his own. And I don't think you want to try to brawl with Sheamus because, well, he grew up on the streets of Ireland. He knows how to fight. I don't think you want to trade shots with this man, but Roman Reigns, he's backing Sheamus into a corner here. He's bringing the fight to Sheamus, and he's got him in the corner now. Oh, but a counter by Sheamus with a knee right to the face. And now it's Sheamus with the strikes of his own. And now driving the shoulder into the gut of Roman Reigns here. But I mean, Sheamus, like I was saying, to get back to my point, he had been working, you know, to get himself into the Over the Limit matchup, and he fell short. So he had to do something to get himself back on track. And he did defeat Roman Reigns one-on-one prior to Payback. And, you know, he gave himself another opportunity. He thought perhaps in the Fatal 4-Way, this could be his moment, his opportunity. And at the very least, Sheamus, he's got to be somewhat satisfied that Roman Reigns did not win that matchup. Roman Reigns being the new kid in town, one of the new superstars drafted over from Raw. And Sheamus, he's a SmackDown original. He's been on SmackDown since the very beginning. And to see somebody like Roman Reigns come in here with the reputation he has as a member of the Shield, he has crossed paths with Sheamus before on main event as a member of the Shield. But I mean, Roman Reigns, he's just garnered all of this popularity. He's got this reputation now behind him with the path of destruction the Shield has carved. And Reigns just used that. It seemed as though, you know, the backstory that he had, you know, what the reputation he'd built himself on Raw, he used that sort of popularity to catapult himself into the main event scene here on out. When, in terms of singles competition, true, he is a former United States champion, we can't forget that.
But Roman Reigns, in terms of being a singles star, he's yet to really define himself. And I feel like these past couple of months he has done that. But when he first came here, he was really, in terms of a single superstar, very, very green, very ring. Still had yet to kind of break out and make his own name here on SmackDown. Because, you know, he was always that third guy on the Shield. He was the powerhouse. But that was as a member of the Shield. That was as a group that they caused such destruction. And Sheamus, especially what happened at Payback with Reigns taking Sheamus out of the matchup, costing him the shot at the WWE title. Well, Sheamus, he's not going to let that slide, and he would just love to not only get himself into the Money in the Bank matchup, but to take that opportunity away from Reigns. And we did see a couple of weeks ago, Sheamus, when he did defeat Reigns, that was a very back-and-forth matchup. Sheamus, look at this, bro kick to Reigns. That's how he defeated Roman Reigns a few weeks ago, and he could have just done the same here tonight. The leg, 2 count, no, what? Roman Reigns just kicked out of a bro kick. That was barely a 2 count, and Reigns is back to his feet, but Sheamus, well, I mean, Sheamus, he's understandably frustrated. Powerbomb into the mat. Oh, and he's flipping him over. He's looking for that Texas Cloverleaf here. And Reigns, he's caught. Center of the ring. Sheamus looking to force Reigns to tap out here. But Reigns refuses to do so. And, well, I mean, like we saw a few weeks ago, that was the move that beat Roman Reigns. And it took a lot to keep Reigns down on that night. And it seems as though here tonight, Sheamus, he's going to have to do more than just a simple bro kick. It's now Superman punch. Superman punch from Roman Reigns. And now it's Sheamus, who could be on the verge of defeat. 2 count, but a kick out by Sheamus at 2. Again, just barely a 2 count. Sheamus kicking out of that one. And that's just the intensity between these two men. Neither man wants to give an inch. They don't want to show any signs of weakness in this matchup. And, I mean, this has just grown very personal between these two men. And we see it come to a conclusion here tonight. As Roman Reigns always spins Sheamus around in that corner. What could he be thinking here? Roman Reigns delivers a kick to the gut, and now a headbutt, right hand. Oh, and we know what this means. Roman Reigns could be going for that patented apron drop kick here as he measures Sheamus and kicks him right in the side of the skull. Roman Reigns nails it right on the money with that drop kick, and that could have just scored him the victory in this matchup. Roman Reigns, you can see he's full of confidence right now. He is just absolutely on fire. All this time he's taking the pose. It's giving Sheamus time to recover, and that could cost him here. Oh, but Reigns, he's not even going for the cover. He knew very well what he was doing. He wants to inflict more punishment and make sure Sheamus stays down. And now he takes him out with a powerbomb. But Sheamus back to his feet. The Celtic Warrior has risen, and now look at this. There's the axe handle clothesline, but Reigns countered it, and now takes Sheamus down with a running STO. But now you can see Reigns, he's out on his feet right now. That could have just been on instinct alone. But Sheamus is back to his feet, using the ropes to get himself back to his feet. As now Reigns drives the shoulder into the gut, and now with that clubbing blow to the back of the Celtic Warrior. These two men, you can tell they're feeling the effects from the Fatal 4-Way at Payback. I mean, Roman Reigns, that dive to the outside took a lot out of both men. As now Sheamus, well, the 10 beats of the drum here as he just clobbers away at Roman Reigns' chest right there. I mean, he might have that bulletproof vest, but I mean, those are some powerful strikes from Sheamus. Oh, wait a minute though. Sheamus, he's up to the top rope. Oh my God, Sheamus, what are you doing? I mean, Roman Reigns, granted that vest might not be bulletproof anymore, but oh, don't know if it's going to protect him from that one. Diving axe handle from the top rope, taking out Roman Reigns right there. And I mean, I could, you forget it. I was going to make a discussion about Roman Reigns' vest, exactly what are the specifics of his attire, but that's nothing for that. As Sheamus off the top rope, the diving elbow right to the face. Oh, and he's going for the bro kick again. And if he gets hit with this, I mean, Reigns, he's not going to kick out. Look at this, bro kick, no, counter. Counter by Reigns. As he's able to sidestep the bro kick. And look at this, Sheamus off the ropes. Oh my God, Roman Reigns! Roman Reigns with the spear. He just catapulted Sheamus into the air and speared him out of his boots. And Reigns, well, he's going to make sure Sheamus stays down. A second right there by Roman Reigns. And he may have just broken Sheamus in half. If the first one didn't, well, that second one certainly is going to. And Reigns, he's now going to go for the cover here. 1, 2, 3. Good night, Celtic Warrior. As Roman Reigns, wow, what a battle between these two men here on SmackDown. Very back and forth. I mean, we saw these two men pull out the best in their arsenal. And, I mean, really, they just tore the house down here in our main event. But ultimately, in the end, it is Roman Reigns who will go on to Money in the
against Corey Graves, Cody Rhodes, Curtis Axel, Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That is going to be huge. The stage is set. Now we just have to wait until Money in the Bank when we see all 6 of those competitors battle it out for the Money in the Bank briefcase and a shot at immortality, a shot at the World Heavyweight or WWE Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, as always, keep on YouTubing.